I think the reason that history has repeated in our past, right, is because the fact that we are taught that, like, oh, you know, we need to learn about history. That's how you prevent history from happening. But then the problem is they only teach us about the horrific act. They don't teach us about the precursor events, which if you wait until the actual event breaks out, it's already too late to stop it. You know what I mean? Like, it's trying to stop something that's already in motion is so much harder than stopping something that's building momentum. Okay? For example, let's look at, like, you know, the Holocaust. We're taught that all the time because people want to avoid it from happening again. Rightfully so. But the problem is we're not taught about the precursors. We're not taught about the warning signs. We're taught about the aftermath. But if all we're looking for is the aftermath, it's already too late if it happens again, right? And then on top of that, when we learn about the people who caused these events, right? When we learn about these horrible people in history, we're taught about them as if they're a monster, which I understand they did monstrous acts, but I think that's actually harmful because what's happening is people aren't looking for a human in modern day who is possible of committing these acts. What they're looking for is a monster. And we don't view people as monsters until they have committed monstrous acts. So if we see somebody who very well has the potential of going that far, but they haven't, we're going to look at it and go, yeah, that was weird, but it was just a joke. Yeah, that was weird, but there's no way they meant that. Like, they're not a monster, right? They're not Hitler. No, but once upon a time, I'm sure people said the same thing about Hitler. In fact, when the Holocaust first happened, everybody that knew Hitler stood up and was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Like, he was such a sweet boy growing up. Like, I remember him and his mother, they were so kind and so caring. And even after his mother passed away, he regularly used to, you know, interact with Jewish people and buy things from their shops. In fact, Jewish people were the main target audience that he was selling his artwork to when he was living off of his artwork shortly after his mother's death. Like, people that heard about what happened were genuinely floored and confused because, again, he wasn't viewed as a monster until it was too late. Monsters are not born, they're created. And so if we're looking in modern day events going, that's not a monster, then you're looking for something that's going to make it too late once you recognize it. What you want to be looking for is somebody who does those things that gets you like, hold on, that's weird. Even if they're not a monster, what's wrong with telling somebody that what they're doing is not appropriate? If we wait until they're a monster to call them out for their actions, it's too late and we will never stop cycling history. We will never stop. I think that we do need to call people out, even for simple things, even for jokes, even for, oh, that's just like a casual salute. That's just, you know, he was saying my heart goes out to you. No, we need to call that out because go look at a history book. Go look at how the Holocaust started. It didn't start with murdering millions of people. It didn't start with genocide. It started with a boy who decided that one group of people was to blame for his problems. Modern day translation, it started with a man deciding that immigrants were to blame for all of the economical struggles in America. That actually is identical to what happened when Hitler started to step into his control. I know that so many people are going to like stand against us and be like, no, this is so dramatic. This is crazy. No, this is real life. Everybody said the same thing when Hitler was standing in control, when everybody was like, hold on, something like isn't right here. I'm not saying it's going to go that extreme. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm just saying we need to step back and be like, whoa, why are we blaming a race of people? Why are we blaming immigrants for something that they have no control over? That's a precursor event. That's a warning sign, guys. That's a warning sign. Let's wake up and smell the scary. Like, let's wake up and realize, like, hold on. This smells like history, okay? Let's please, let's take a moment. All right.